Evening. Hello, I am Professor McCoy. Welcome to Mass Effect Andromeda, or welcome back to Mass Effect, or welcome back to my streams, as the case might be. I've got everything set up, I think, and I should be just about ready to get going. Um, so, first things first, I want to make a bit of a case for this game because um, it got a really bad reputation right out the gate. When this game first came out, it was incomplete. It was woefully incomplete. It was in a really bad state. They were using a new engine that was not suited to the kind of game, which that is still the case. I've played through this game now 4 full times, nearly 100%ing each one. And that is just sort of, and that's since 2017. It's a 5.5-year-old game. I still maintain that this game is absolutely phenomenal and absolutely worth playing, and that the reputation that it got was fair at the time, but is no longer. Um, a lot of the reviews were more like memes, and we could all remember the "my face is tired" stuff, and I'll point them out because they're still around, kind of, but they've improved so much that this game is a whole new experience. Now, unfortunately, that does mean that the game is barely complete because there were at least two, maybe three expected DLCs for this game that never came. And it's entirely because of the bad critical reception that I got at the time. So that's tragic, really, because I would have loved to see the story of this game continue. And now I know we're getting another Milky Way story in Mass Effect 4 or whatever the next one is. And that's fantastic, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. I wrote a Mass Effect tabletop campaign in the Milky Way set after the Destroy ending, which looks to be exactly what this is doing. So don't get me wrong. I love the setting, I love the area, and I love doing that. But at the same time, man, Andromeda is a compelling world, and it's one I wish we got to explore some more beyond this game. And I'm looking forward to exploring it in this game with you guys. And again, not for the first time, not anything like for the first time, at least on my part, but hopefully for some of you, this might actually be your first time really encountering this game. Spoilers, I suppose. Warning for that. If you'd like to play this game yourself, it is very often very cheap between Origin and Steam. And there's a good chance that you can get ahead of me in terms of gameplay, so you're not ruining anything with spoilers, and you can just enjoy what I'm doing and what I have to say about it. If that's the case, I absolutely encourage it. I get nothing from this. I have no affiliate links or whatever. It's just that I think this is a game that did not get a fair shake, and I'd like to give it one. So, without too much further delay, I've got everything up and running. The game, to be fair, the game is still buggy. But I got it. I got it all set. I've decided I am going to do a New Game Plus, but I mentioned I played through this game 4 times, almost to 100%. Both for technical reasons and just for my sanity's sake. I'm going to be doing a New Game Plus from the earliest of those playthroughs rather than the most recent one, because I just reset my skill points in the previous one, so I can import it to the new one and start fresh, more or less. And I had, I think, over 2,000 skill points in my most recent playthrough, so that seems a bit absurd. So rather, let's just do it reasonable. Still New Game Plus, so we can get the ball rolling pretty well, but let's do it. From Scott. Wait, what? Oh, okay, it has a ton of autosaves. I forgot how bulky this game's autosave system is. Okay, yeah, that was 10 minutes ago, so yeah, this is right. Alright, here we go. Level 66. That's the one. New game. Let's start it out. Let's do this. Here's everyone. Got my nice bucket of coffee, ready to get going. Game's gorgeous as well. Just the vistas in this game are unbelievably good. Also, cheers on Monte Carlo tonight. A nice Argentinian German beer. 'Bock. 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 ' All right, let's go through male default appearance because I actually really like the facial the face of Scott. We're gonna see that the both the facial appearance as well as the voice acting for Sarah, Scott's twin sister, the other option, her is not as good. Modeling isn't as good. The voice acting isn't nearly as good, and so it's just it is inferior in almost every way. Unlike the original Mass Effect trilogy, where the male and female character models were both really good. Male was better, at least in 1 and 2. Character model wise, and the voice actors were also pretty much on par. I have to say, Jennifer Hale did a better job, and is certainly in 1, but Mark Hamill really upped his game, and I don't know if I would say he was better by Mass Effect 3, but he was on par. We are going to start with Biotic. Not that it matters, I have a ton of skill points. But for the first mission, at least, I'm going to be sticking with pretty much default stuff, including gear. Sticking with Scott Ryder, sticking with Sarah Ryder, and they are also very young protagonists compared to Shepard. Shepard, who's like mid-30s, experienced military commander. She's been around a while. She's a war hero. Sarah and Scott Ryder are, I think, canonically like 23. Something like that. They're young. They barely have any experience under their belt, but they've been working with their father, who's an N7. That's Alec Ryder, who we're gonna meet. He's a cool dude. He's a really cool dude. He's voiced by Clancy Brown, one of my favorite sci-fi voice actors. And he's an absolute badass, and we're gonna get to love this. Inherent Alec Ryder appearance. Yes. History. Female Shepard. That's the only thing. By the way, this is also kind of thing that bugs me a little bit. This is literally the only thing that matters from the trilogy for this game, because they wanted to commit. They didn't want to commit to any choices having been made in the trilogy that would affect this game, and that's a little bit disappointing. I'd like to see more connections. Now, I mean, not to say there aren't tons of connections. There are still a bunch of connections. Like, there are a couple of legacy character appearances in this game as like recordings and such. And I won't spoil those as of yet. We'll get to that when we get to it. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do it. Anyway, but yeah, there are a good few connections to the original trilogy. But I wish there were more, and I especially wish there were more connections to your choices in the original trilogy rather than just sort of the default. Let's go with normal. I'm not going to go one of the lower difficulties because I am doing New Game Plus. I have a good set of equipment. I've got good skills, and so I am going to go normal. If we need to change it, we need to change it. Fine. I'd like to be able to talk to you guys while I'm playing, so I don't want to go anything too crazy. I've played this on Insanity. It's not too bad. It's the insanity. The Insanity difficulty is more about enemy hit points and then positioning. The AI positioning for enemies gets way better once you go from hardcore to Insanity, if I recall. So, all right, let's just do normal for now. Let's. If you saw that N7 Day trailer that I put in gaming in the Discord server, it so perfectly encapsulates the spirit of this game. And there's so much hype for it at the time. There's so much hype for it, understandably. So good. The pioneering spirit, the spirit of discovery. Humans.
Every great moment in our history began with a dream. Each bold leap forward was achieved by those willing to do anything to attain it. We are, all of us, leaving behind families, homes, the very birthplace of our species. Some for discovery, to see the unknown. Others for a new start. But today, whatever our reasons, we take the first steps toward a new future for humanity. Today, we begin to make our dream reality.
In the year 2185, humanity lives in a golden era of interstellar travel. The discovery of ancient alien ruins on Mars propelled our understanding of science and technology ahead by thousands of years. While many now enjoy the newfound freedom and challenges of exploration in the Milky Way, others look to even more distant stars. For the 100,000 adventurers embarking on this one-way voyage, the future begins in Andromeda. Hey Phoenix, welcome. Mass Effect. Facial expression in church. Clever. Clever. 600 years later. Oh, sorry, 634 years later. 0 hour. 0 day. Here we go. The opening of this game is so good. Archive period, 20,000 human colonists. That is a relatively small number for a permanent settlement. Andromeda Galaxy. Habitat 7 in the Helios Cluster. Also, another thing, this whole game, this entire game, takes place in one cluster of the Andromeda Galaxy. It's not like it's the whole galaxy either. There was so much more that could have been expanded beyond that wasn't. Now, part of the reason that it wasn't has to do with the technology of the setting, which is a really cool thing to talk about. And I love like thinking about and considering talking about. Good morning, Red. The tech of Mass Effect, because it's really well thought out. It's one of those like relatively hard sci-fi with like one big.
You're gonna want to take it easy.
I've been taking it easy for 600 years.
Ryder, Scott, Recon Specialist, Pathfinder Mission Team.
Pathfinder team, eh? The ones finding us a home.
Can you make it somewhere tropical? Nice, warm ocean, summer year-round?
How about we get him a cup of coffee first?
Speaking of.
The selection process saw the Andromeda Initiative evaluate thousands of potential habitable planets within the galaxy.
Scott Ryder, let's get you checked out. Look here.
Phoenix's StarCraft reference. The ship's called Hyperion. Hyperion is just a really common sci-fi name. It's in Borderlands, it's in StarCraft, it's in Star Wars somewhere. Forget. It's in a few places. It's all over the place.
Makes it sound so easy, doesn't it?
The only probably more common like sci-fi name is Halcyon or Halcyon. Okay, so this is a person. So okay, major change from the trilogy to this one. Rather than Paragon Renegade, Ryder's sort of personality traits are determined by these tone choices, this fourfold tone choice. So emotional, logical, casual, and professional. You can go with either pair. So sometimes you have all four, but usually you'll have either one or the other of casual or professional, and then or one or the other of emotional versus logical. So you can be casual and emotional, which is probably a common one, or you can be emotional and logical and professional, but you also could be emotional but professional, casual and logical. I think I'm gonna go more for like casual, logical. He thinks things through, but he's not overly hardcore about it. Maybe something like that. I don't know. We'll see where this goes, and then if anybody has any recommendations as to Ryder's personality or how I should be playing him, fill me in. Let me know. Let's get settled in here, but please don't let me forget, because I want to ramble endlessly about propulsion tech in Mass Effect, in the Mass Effect series in the franchise, because it's fascinating, and there's a whole bunch of different variations on just mass relays. Oh yes, so Phoenix is basically the alignment is Kirk versus Spock rather than Paladin versus Asswipe. It's more like Kirk versus Picard rather than Kirk versus Spock. Because it's professional more than. So if I had to put Star Trek captains to each of them, it would be Kirk fits under casual very well. Professional is very much Picard. These are very Picard answers. Emotional, from what I remember, a lot of these are very. I want to say very Cisco. Like wartime Cisco. Because a lot of it is very harsh. A lot of the emotional answers are really the harsh ones. And then the logical ones are a little more Spock, but there's also a lot of like Archer in there. It is like the realities of the situation kind of thing. Like embracing the realities of the situation and going forward with them, which is a very very Captain Archer thing if we're going Star Trek. But yeah, the actual like moral choices in the game don't like build your character. They don't build your meter or anything, and that's actually something to talk about really, from a philosophical standpoint. Just because virtue is a process of habituation, and so I actually really like that about the Paragon Renegade system in the original trilogy. That the more good that you do, the more good choices that you make, the easier it is to make good choices. And then the more evil choices, the more harsh, harmful choices that you make, the easier it is to do so in the future. So yeah, I actually really like that. This is a little different. Most people really didn't like it. I think I like it, but it is starkly different in terms of how it makes making what impact it has on the real narrative choices. Because the real narrative choices for Paragon versus Renegade are very straightforward. Very straightforward. You do the Paragon thing, the unite all of the galaxy for a common purpose under this Paragon of Virtue, versus the Renegade thing, which is we're looking out for ourselves, we have to do what's necessary, and to hell with anybody else who gets in our way. Both are heroic, it's just they're very different types of heroes, and it dictates what answers you're going to make in these dilemmas, these ethical decision-making points, these big narrative crossroads. Whereas in this one, these big questions at narrative crossroads are not determined by your character archetype nearly as much, which is neat. Which is really neat. That's a different spin on things. I still think I like Paragon Renegade more. I think it fits the tone of the trilogy so well, and this one doesn't really establish for itself a solid tone as much as the trilogy does. Phoenix says, "Oh, Kirk versus Picard. That's a better way that saves every puppy." That's a better way than saves every puppy versus says nasty things to everyone's grandmother. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go a little bit young Captain Kirk here.
I hope not. I signed up for a little adventure before we settle down.
Well, buckle up. Sounds like you'll get your wish.
Yeah.
Over here now, the Pathfinder wants you all on your feet right away. He said mission ready within the hour.
Any idea why?
No, but I'm guessing that's where your adventure comes in? Okay, everything checks out. Just one more thing before I send you on your way. Let's test your SAM implant. Sam, are you monitoring? Sam, are you online?
Yes, Dr. Taparo. Good morning, Ryder. Are you feeling well?
I know all this. I've played this game 4 times. But I do want to go through all of the asking dumb questions things, just so there's more filling in the blanks, and also that means more for us to discuss and talk about.
I just need a second to get my bearings. What's this about my implant?
A routine check. After being in stasis, we want to make sure the connection's still live.
As the team's mission computer, your well-being is my primary concern.
Assuming the implants work as advertised, Sam sees what you see, in theory. We won't know for sure until we get you in the field. How are you feeling, otherwise?
I'm ready to get to it.
Readings confirmed. I detect an increased level of adrenaline in your system. The neural implant is functioning properly.
Caffeine always did make me jumpy.
You're all done. Let's get you on your way. Though you may want to hang around while we revive your sister, it always helps to see a familiar face.
I don't like the sound of that.
That's not good. That was lucky and unlucky.
It broke free.
Just hang on!
Engineering, report. Try to brace yourself.
Gravity cryo is offline.
Careful of the syringe.
I'm almost inside. Hold
Oh,
on.
careful of the syringe. Great. What I want to hear floating around in zero gravity.
This is Cora. I'm at the cryo bay. Brace for a reset. Everyone okay?
I think so.
What happened?
We're not sure. Sensors are scrambled. But it's good to see you're up. Feels like centuries since we spoke.
This is the Pathfinder. Mission teams continue preparations. Cora, Riders, report to the bridge.
You heard him. Let's get...
We have a problem over here. It's Sarah Ryder.
So,
wrong? I don't
Cora,
know. Have
this
to
is a
check
good
it
time
out.
to mention that I've changed, I've modded her appearance somewhat so that she looks more like she did in the concept art. Because in the actual game, she has like this platinum blonde hair with even worse of an undercut kind of thing. And I think this looks much better.
Scott,
Is my sister okay?
Sarah's fine. Her vitals are strong, but the revival procedure was interrupted.
When can she wake up?
We don't want to rush it. Sam,
My connection to Sarah's implant was suspended. However, her pulse, respiration, and brain activity are all normal.
to be on the safe side, we'll need to keep her in a low-level coma for a while, then let her body regain consciousness naturally. She'll be fine.
Glad to hear it.
Okay.
Thanks, Lexi. Keep us updated. Right.
Yes, Phoenix,
I'll
that
wait
was
for
the
you at
joke.
door,
It has in
whenever you're
fact
ready
been
to go.
centuries. Let's look at everything while I yammer about stuff. So, what's really cool about Mass Effect propulsion tech? So the default means of long distance faster than light travel is the mass relays, and these are ancient pieces of technology that no one quite understands, but people generally know how they work, which is that it basically makes a tunnel through space of everything within that has functionally, from a physics perspective, zero mass, meaning that you can travel at any velocity. The maximum speed is infinite between two mass relays. What this practically means that you have near instantaneous travel between mass relays, connected, activated mass relays. Beyond this, you have normal, like regular shipboard FTL drives, which what they do is the same thing on a smaller scale. They take the functional physical mass of the ship and reduce it to practically zero. And so the regular propulsion of the ship, so like the regular like engine thrusters, can propel the thing faster than light without an infinite amount of energy. It's actually incredibly efficient. The problem is that sustaining a negative mass effect field that large, that powerful for a long period of time builds I think it's a negative electrostatic charge in the hull of the ship, which, if you do it long enough, will start frying systems and will start frying people. And so there's a limit on the time you can spend going FTL in an ordinary ship before you have to get either into a planet's electromagnetic field or ideally land on a planet or a discharge station and discharge all the static electricity. And this is why standard FTL has very limited range. It's basically intersystem. It's between one system and maybe a very close neighboring system, but that's it. Best weight loss strategy, make the thing go really fast between two stations. Yeah. Well, actually, not quite. That's a weight gain strategy under normal physics. Because your weight will increase the faster you go per general relativity. But rather, if your mass is set to 0 functionally, there's no top speed. Like there's no reason that the speed of light is the theoretical maximum anymore before you get to infinite energy requirements. And so what this did, the arc here, the arcs for the Andromeda initiative, they have what's called an Odyssey drive, which does roughly the same thing. But it basically reroutes the static and electricity from the... Actually, is this in the codex yet? Codex. Technology. OmniTool. No, guess not. FTL drive, here we go. Here we go. This kind of stuff. Standard drive cores build up a static charge during operation, must be discharged periodically. Otherwise, the core discharges into the ship itself, with catastrophic results. The Initiative's drive cores, intended for long-term voyages, are designed to recycle or reduce static buildup. So basically, these are called Odyssey drives. It's an acronym for something, and they go. They basically can go much longer without having to discharge. Much longer, meaning like 632 years. The gap between galaxies. Now, there are other confirmed propulsion techs that I want to talk about a little bit more. Yeah, Phoenix says E equals MC squared. If M equals 0, energy required equals 0. So any little push will get you going to a near infinite velocity, or get you accelerating at an astronomical rate. So there we go. So what happened to my sound? Okay, hold on. I'm got no sound here. Hang on a second. What's going on here? This looks a lot like J.J. Abrams' Star Trek. Yes, the Andromeda Initiative is a very, like, human futurist look. Has a very human futurist look to it. Alright, guys, hold on. I can't even save. Yes, I have 363 points from my previous playthroughs. Let me try just reloading. Let me try reloading, see if this does anything. Yes, Mass Effect honestly has always kind of had this very... There's no sound. I'm gonna have to reset. Just give me a bit. Sorry. I'll talk while I'm resetting. Sorry about that. Give it a moment. relaunch. Well, I yammer on for a while. So, Mass Effect has always had one of those like Epcot future aesthetics to it. It's very 80s sci-fi, but upbeat 80s sci-fi with exceptions. Exceptions mostly being like the depths of Omega kind of stuff. Oh, yes. Ask about the D&D OGL later. I'll talk about it forever. I'm talking about propulsion tech, guys. This is interesting. God. So, how else do they do GL travel? Some civilizations and some species, including the primary antagonist species of this game, the Ket, use Alcubierre warp drive. So basically the same kind of tech as Star Trek, not Star Wars. They create a heavy mass effect field in the front of a ship and a negative one behind. Why is it not? Oh, there we go. There's our sound. Okay, we're good. Sounds like we're good. Space eating technology, the Keter and ketamine. We'll get to the Ket. The Ket are really interesting. They were a very interesting antagonist species. They're not up to the Reaper standard, fine, but whatever. They're really cool. Anyway, they use basically what are Alcubierre warp drives. They make a warp bubble, just like the kind of thing you'd see in Star Trek. It's apparently really inefficient from a power generation standpoint, but it's capable of going much farther and much faster than a conventional Mass Effect FTL drive without a relay. And so that's how they were able to explore more of their home.
I don't know. Have to check it out.
Well, still in
It
stasis.
looks like some sort of power
But
Scott,
is my sister okay?
Sarah's fine. Her vitals are strong, but the revival procedure was interrupted.
When can she wake up?
We don't want to rush it. Sam?
My connection to Sarah's implant was suspended. However, her pulse, respiration, and brain activity are all normal.
To be on the safe side, we'll need to keep her in a low-level coma for a while, then let her body regain consciousness naturally. She'll be fine.
Glad to hear it.
Thanks, Lexi. Keep us updated. Ryder, I'll wait for you at the door whenever you're ready to go.
I'm gonna wander around again.
Another colonist here.
So I've also wildly speculated about other applications of the Mass Effect technology to FTL travel, different means of FTL travel. It can heat further than a Mass Effect without a station. It costs more per dollar. Yeah, exactly. It's more costly. It can go further, and it can sustain itself far better than the standard ones, and it doesn't need a relay. So there is a major benefit to it. The other ones that I've speculated, and these are both inspired from other sci-fi franchises. I think you could reasonably make something that is akin to what most settings would call a hyperdrive, using Mass Effect technology, and that's actually what I did. That's what I made as the sort of main quest or main goal for the tabletop campaign I was talking about. When I made the tabletop campaign of the objective was basically, how are we going to reunite the shattered galaxy after the destruction of the Reapers and the destruction of the mass relays? Well, we have to come up with some way of either reconstructing them or coming up with a replacement technology. The replacement technology I speculated about was a tachyonic hyperdrive. So tachyons are these theoretical particles that they only accelerate beyond the speed of light. And I got this idea from some kind of, I forget if it was a Discovery Channel or Sci-Fi Channel or something, a special from Dr. Michio Kaku, who's a cool dude. This was from like 15 years ago, maybe. I was in high school, I think. And he talks about using tachyons for hyperdrive. And so basically, because Mass Effect fields can capture individual particles, what you can do is you can create a Mass Effect field around the ship that will capture tachyons, and it'll basically sheathe the ship in tachyons, which pops it out of what we would call real space and goes faster than light. Theoretical maximum speed of infinite, theoretical minimum speed of light. So there we go. What we have is functionally a hyperdrive. Then the other, again, hypothetical one, which you could reasonably do with Mass Effect tech, you need quantum entangling communicators, and you'd need some way of detecting and sending messages through quantum wormholes. So quantum foam theory is that there are these little wormholes that connect two random points in space, anywhere in the universe. And they're fluctuating in and out of existence, like billions and trillions of times per second. So what you do is you basically have something like stargates that will send a signal and quickly enough find a wormhole that connects to the target gate, and then both snatch the wormhole in Mass Effect fields, pull it open. Because basically Mass Effect can be used to invert gravity, so you're just yanking the thing open, and then send things through. Another method of basically near instantaneous FTL, but it is very infrastructure intensive. Anyway. Oh yes, you need faster than light communication in order to manage Mass Effect traffic. They basically use miniaturized mass relays as communication terminals. They send radio signals just over these massless corridors, and it goes instantaneously. It's near instantaneous through these like combuis, FTL combuis. As far as instantaneous FTL communication, they introduced the quantum entanglement communicator in Mass Effect 2, which at the time was purely speculative and could actually exist. So if two electrons are quantum entangled, when the spin of one changes from up to down, the spin of the other also changes, no matter the distance. And so if what you can do is you can entangle these two particles, and you can alter the spin of one, it'll alter the spin of the other. And so you can send messages across at a bit rate of 1. So it's unbelievably low bandwidth, but it has no maximum range, and it is perfectly reliable, perfectly secure, and it just requires two entangled particles, which usually have to be produced together. So you build both of them, and then you can send the other communicator to wherever the hell you want. We have apparently, I'm told, that physicists have since discovered that when you alter the spin of one electron artificially, one entangled electron artificially, when you alter the spin, it disentangles the two. So this probably wouldn't actually work in reality, sadly. It'd be cool, but it doesn't work in reality. Probably because it would do things like violate certain physical laws about causality that I don't actually believe in, but whatever. But yes, there is faster than light communication. Absolutely. Jeez, I'm dropping frames. Why am I dropping frames staring at a screen?
Intermittent power outages are being reported ship-wide.
I might need to like lower frame rate or something. Let me try that. Where's my frame rate? Let's try that. I think that's actually better, somehow. Looking at my settings, that looks better. Maybe that'll help. I'm running on a 64-bit operating system, so maybe that'll make the difference. I don't know. We'll see. If it's getting really jittery, let me know, and I'll just turn down the settings. That'll be fine. Phoenix said earlier, it's basically like comparing a Tesla to a petrol car when traveling across a large country. Petrol will get you further with less stops, but Biden made the petrol costs more. Yeah.
It sounds amazing, doesn't it? Right up until you lose gravity.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's space, so we can do.
Hi there. I'm Gian Garson, founder of the Andromeda Initiative. I'm here to welcome you to a whole new galaxy. The good news is, the hard part's over. We're here. If you have any questions now, just ask.
The Andromeda Initiative encompasses all colonization efforts, including ARCs, Pathfinders, outposts, and the central support hub, the Nexus. The current location of the Nexus is unknown. Status of outposts are unknown.
Uh-oh.
I'm Gian Garson, founder of the initiative.
Oh.
I think it's important we take a moment to reflect on the principles that brought all of us together. It started with the vision of a better future. A vision that you shape. Life in Andromeda can be anything we dare to dream. And I'm proud to help make those dreams come true. Drop me a note sometime. I'd love to hear how we're doing.
The hard part is over, but all that changed with the Ket attack. The Ket haven't even attacked yet. We just ran into a space fart.
At present, Arc Hyperion has arrived in the Helios cluster. Further mission updates are offline due to technical difficulties. As recon specialists, you are tasked with supporting the authentication of Golden World sites through exploration, mapping, and scientific analysis. Currently, you are to report for duty on the command bridge.
Okay.
The Pathfinder is responsible for exploring and assessing new worlds for outpost placement and settlement. Each Arc is led by a Pathfinder who represents their species. The active duty Pathfinder assigned to Arc Hyperion is Alec Ryder. Current duty roster shows you are assigned to the Pathfinder mission team, Specialist Ryder.
Alright.
Your current location is Arc Hyperion, housing the human population. Arc Parchero, the Solarian vessel, confirmed departure in 2185. The Asari ship, Arc Lucinia, confirmed departure that same year, as did the Turian Arc Natanus, embarking in 2185.
What about the other one? There was another one with Quarians and stuff that apparently departed a bit later. We're playing a space combat game. There will be pew pew and zip zap zap. Aliens will attack and we will have fun shooting them. That's right. Also, non-aliens will attack. We do our share of fighting human criminals in this game, by the way. Not just human. Human and other Milky Way species.
The selection process saw the Andromeda Initiative evaluate thousands of potential habitable planets within the galaxy. After discovering an unusually high ratio of potential candidates, or golden worlds, the Helios cluster was selected as our destination. Now you are a part of the first wave of Arcs arriving in Andromeda, our new home for humanity. Once the Pathfinder team's assessment is complete, Habitat 7 has been selected as the most likely candidate for colonization.
Okay. In this sort of scenario, there always seems to be a danger of, like, taking that first step, taking that 600-year journey, and then finding that somebody else from back home invented a faster system of travel and got here first, established a colony already. That has been a major plotline in, I think, every Star Trek series except maybe Voyager. Because of course it would happen. Because I mean, think about it. If the Milky Way people back home managed to point a mass relay at Andromeda and go zoop, or if they managed to create something like a hyperdrive, the tachyonic hyperdrive I was speculating about, they could have gotten to Andromeda in way less than 600 years. That's always a danger with these kind of really long-term projects. Live in the space pod. Go shoot the space bug, and you'll be happy. There's a lot of that sort of thing to talk about in this game. By the way, it's a little bit creepily authoritarian in places. Hyperion personnel. After a 600-year voyage, the good news is we're exactly where we're supposed to be. We've arrived in the Helios cluster, Andromeda Galaxy, year 2819. All stasis medical personnel should report to duty immediately. Give the Pathfinder mission team revival priority, and prep its members for field reconnaissance. Reports of an unusual celestial phenomenon in the cluster are being investigated. Updates to follow. Captain Dunn, which is the captain of Arc Hyperion. Yeah, there's some creepy, like, World Economic Forum type stuff in this game.
You left
We'll
a
get
nasty
to it.
bump on your head. Let me take.
Hey there. Hell of a wake-up call, huh? Didn't expect that bursting out of stasis.
Makes two of us. Hang in there.
Enjoy your nap, Ryder? Don't think I'll need sleep for the rest of my life.
Maybe another decade or two wouldn't have hurt.
Right. Talk to you later.
I actually really, by the way, I really like the Omni tool updates.
Well,
That they're actually little holographic screens now, instead of just like
nice and pink.
beep boop boop on nothing on your arm. I really like the change. Hello, traveler, and welcome to your first day in Andromeda. This is the dawn of a new era for all of us. As you recover from stasis, know that you're in good hands. In a few short hours, you'll be leaving the Hyperion and joining thousands of your fellow colonists as you chase your fortunes and build the new life you've always dreamed about. It's been a long wait, but I promise you, it'll be worth it. Jen Garson, founder of the Andromeda Initiative. On which note, another major theme that we're going to be seeing is that, think about this. If we are taking a one-way journey to another galaxy that'll take 600 years to get there, what kind of people would volunteer for that sort of thing? Crazy people is my conclusion. Wacky outcasts and misfits are really the ones who are gonna go on this sort of a journey, and so that's really what we wind up seeing in throughout this game, is that most of the participants in the Andromeda Initiative are wacky. I'm lagging. Hello. Are you guys able to see me just fine? Say something in the chat if you're able to see me just fine, because I'm seeing a loading screen on mine.
Man, you're a morning rider. Or afternoon. Or I don't know.
It's all a bit relative, isn't it? Phoenix says, imagine spending 600 years floating through space in hypersleep, only for your great to the 24th grandchild to arrive at your colony first. They greet you by flossing. No, don't do this. Don't do this. No!
Good to see you, Ryder.
I hope the future isn't so cringe.
Sorry, still waiting for some coffee.
Alright. I really hope the future isn't that cringe. Don't do it. Don't do it to me.
You ready?
Yeah, more or less.
Hey, up here! Whatever hit the arc fried everything. We have to balance the power loader and explode.
But we don't know where the fault is.
Ryder could find it. He has a scanner. Quick, Ryder, use it to locate the fault.
On it.
I'll try to get readings on the second conduit.
This equipment is operating normally.
I'll override the safeties.
It has to.
There's no indication of a fault in this component. Relay 2C shows damage from a temperature spike.
Found it! Bad relay.
I kind of love this, by the way, this mechanic. Your internet. Maybe it's your internet. Maybe. I don't know. I kind of love this, by the way. This this thing, scanner mechanic. It is also how you get research to unlock new weapons and stuff you can craft.
Rerouting the turrets now. Grid's recovering. It's working. Readings are in the green.
Thank God. That could have been the end of everyone in the cryo bay.
Good job, Ryder. Now we can get to the tram.
All right.
That was close. Barely in Andromeda, and we're all...
Event log. Anomalous comm sensor reports in 2186. I wonder what that could have been. Trajectory drift 300 years ago. Condition green for the other arcs. Failed to repair a sensor array. Not detecting the other arcs this year. Sensor fault. Oh, that's why. There was a sensor. A sensor broke loose and the automatic systems couldn't fix it. I see.
Not sure your dad'll see it that way.
That's what
Go
caused
ahead
most of these problems, apparently. Wait. Yeah, I hope they brought chaplains on this trip. Yeah. That's another odd thing. That there isn't really any mention of
We're drifting.
religion per se.
Flight controls aren't responding.
Throughout this entire game. I like to
First
think that
priority
they obviously
is stopping
would've.
these outages.
Mainline power's been knocked out. We're on reserves, Captain. They won't last.
It's not a major BioWare consideration.
What's our position?
Unknown. We lost telemetry.
Sam, we need eyes out there.
It is something that we're going to be talking about eventually at some point.
Alec, please. You may be Pathfinder, but this is my ship.
Captain, the protocol's clear. In the absence of communication with the Nexus or the other arcs, we proceed to our appointed Golden World. Solid ground.
If it's even out there. Nobody said anything about running into an energy cloud, and that's just a wild guess what we hit. Alec, I need to assess the damage. Stop the bleeding. We've got 20,000 people asleep on this ship. Let's give them a chance to wake up.
Can you blame her?
I mean, yeah, but we're the Pathfinder team. Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
My father's got a point, though. Solid ground sounding pretty good right now.
Yeah, but...
Pretty good. Isn't good enough.
Oh. Yes, sir.
We're coming through.
My God. Is that our golden world?
That's Habitat 7. New Earth, if we're lucky.
First spaceships were built by Christians, and the last brain cell was destroyed by
All
Rick
of
and
our
Morty fans.
long-range scans told us it was in the green zone. Perfect for human settlement.
It doesn't even look the same.
And so here we go with that emotional versus logical thing. It looks bad is the measured assessment of the situation kind of thing. We can't give up now is the we have to do something, which again feels very much like wartime Cisco versus careful consideration. I think we're gonna go with.
She's right. It looks pretty dicey from here. Are we sure about those scans?
It's a good question.
I mean,
Things
no,
can't
I just
change.
checked that
It's been 600 years. Sam.
The energy from the phenomenon is damping our sensors. Planetary conditions are unknown.
We're marooned. 20,000 souls adrift at sea. And when the power runs out, and stays out, we need to know if that's safe harbor.
And if it's not?
As Pathfinder, it'll be my job to find an alternative. It's what we trained for. But if this goes well, we are already home.
All right, just make it quick.
Harper, the rest of the team should be awake by now. Have them spin up 2 shuttles. Planet Fallen 30.
Yes, sir.
A stubborn one, isn't he?
He cares in his own way. Enough to give him a chance.
I suppose you're right. He is our Pathfinder. If this doesn't work out, we'll need him more than ever. I need an ETA on our sensor repairs. We're blind out here.
The fart cloud is
My
called the
sister's gonna
Scourge.
hate that she missed
I'm
this.
just gonna use the
Are
name
all the
for it.
riders adrenaline junkies?
I guess it's in her blood. She beat me into the world by 1 minute. Couldn't wait to get started.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure Sarah will pull through.
When she does, she's gonna want stories.
So, let's get out there and find her some.
All right.
Right. You'll want to get your helmet. And maybe stop.
All right. As a member of the Pathfinder team, you play a critical role, yada yada yada, Golden World site verification, reconnaissance and mapping of unknown territories, planetary and celestial. Scientific analysis, potential first contact with extraterrestrials, that'll be fun. Establishing diplomatic relations with local inhabitants, fingers crossed. If not, then it's going to be aggressive diplomatic gunfighting. Let's go with that. General support of settlement outposts.
The what?
It's an old superstition of your dad's.
Looks like Dad's already suited up. Hang in there, Sarah.
Datapad, first contact protocol. Okay, here we go. In the event any member of the Pathfinder team encounters intelligent alien life, it is imperative that first contact protocols be strictly observed. The Andromeda Initiative holds the principles of peace and cooperation among our highest goals. Aggressive action against extraterrestrials is only permitted when hostile intent is clearly demonstrated, and Pathfinder team members are at an obvious risk of injury or death. Keep that in mind. I bet it's going to come up.
No. I guess that's why I'm here.
Hey, Ryder.
It's Kirkland, right?
Yeah. I think we met just before the Hyperion left Earth. Not sure if you know Greer.
Hi there. Your dad say anything about what's going on? Shuttle teams, prep for departure in 5.
Looks like we're already home.
That's a relief. With everything that's been happening, I wasn't sure. Guess I can unpack my luggage.
I get dibs on any islands we find.
See you guys on the ride down.
This is the captain. I still need an update on our
Alright.
sensor already. Please report in as soon as possible.
Ooh, scan.
Analysis indicates alkali feldspar and quartz, commonly known as granite.
Chunk of Earth granite.
Good luck, Rock, huh?
Your dad was mountain climbing back on Earth. It caught him from falling. Way things are going today, we'll need any luck we can get.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is the captain.
Oop.
I still need an update on our sensor already. Please
I'll give it a
report
nice
in
little
as soon
boop.
as possible.
Never hurt.
Got it.
That should do it.
The Pathfinder is now requiring sidearms. I've opened the armaments locker.
We expecting trouble, Sam?
A precaution. Please arm yourself, Ryder.
I mean, you never know.
Hope I won't need this.
You never know. Now let's get to the shuttles.
Shuttle teams, prep for departure in 5.
So just another boring day at the office, huh?
The most complicated voyage anyone's ever attempted. Something's bound to go wrong.
It's a good test to see what we're made of. I always wondered what it was like when explorers crossed the ocean. Nothing but stars and dead reckoning to guide them.
And a map that said, "Here be dragons."
Well, if they made it, we can too. And maybe see a dragon along the way.
I still need an update on our sensor already.
Never know.
Report in as soon as
Let's keep an eye out.
And our distance.
On
I'm
that
keeping
note, time to get to the shuttle.
The explorer outlook here, because again, I think that is the we are explorers exploring everything there is to explore.
We don't want to keep your father waiting.
Is water cooler?
Better not. No bathroom breaks on this trip.
Are you serious? We are out basically blazing new trails. That whole thing is that is the entire spirit of this game, and it has been the spirit of this trilogy since this whole series since the first game of the trilogy. So I'm sticking to it. We're out here. We're doing this, and we're loving it.
Dr. Carlyle, with everything going on, I think the Ark needs you more than we do.
Pathfinder wants a medic on hand, and if that is home down there, I'm happy to knock on the door.
If it's what we hope it is, it'll be one for the history books. You got a quote ready? One small step?
I'm pretty sure your dad will handle that honor.
All right, team, button it up. We leave in 5.
Sir, we broke out the weapons as requested. Anything we should know about?
Seemed prudent given the situation. We'll be short-handed with Sarah out. I heard what happened. Your sister's strong. She'll make it.
Sarah wouldn't want us to worry because of her.
You're right. The mission comes first. Though, I doubt your mother would have seen it that way. I promised her I'd get you two here safely.
Alright.
Okay, team, listen up. I chose each of you for the Pathfinder team, not just because you're talented and passionate, but because you're dreamers, like me. We dream of exploring the unknown, of finding the edge of the map, and then discovering what lies beyond. When people look back on this, and they will, they'll remember we didn't give up. That we kept dreaming, that our first few faltering steps in Andromeda were the beginning of everything they know. We only get one chance to be first. So, let's go make history.
That's good. That's real good. Now, you'll also notice that
600 years for this.
remember the whole, like, the Andromeda Initiative is full of nothing but crazy misfits? Well, Liam, first of all. We'll talk about him. But then, one of the other team members has bright red dyed hair. This is very different from the military operation of the
Switching to manual guidance.
Charlotte 2, taking your lead.
Good luck, Pathfinder team.
It's also why you can have a rider that looks like a clown. Literally or figuratively.
Copy that. We're on point.
Wow, will you look at that?
Whatever it is, it stopped the Hyperion in its tracks.
It appears to be an unstable mass of dark energy.
If you say so.
Steer clear of it.
Dark energy, huh?
Getting some chop here.
Gravity anomalies detected.
Let's see if I can even it out. My stomach would appreciate that.
We only find out a little bit about the Scourge, even throughout this game. I wish that,
Ryder,
again...
We didn't have a chance to meet back in the Milky Way. Name's Liam Costa, Security and Response Specialist.
Good to meet you, Liam.
Hard to believe we're finally doing this.
Sure beats reading the brochures.
Hey, Erica, what do you think of Liam? Can you give us your honest assessment of Liam as a character?
Hang on.
And how does he compare to gnomes?
Here we go!
Flight guidance is scrambled. It'll pass. The controls are fighting me. We're through.
Holy.
Shuttle 2, are you seeing this?
Copy that. Doesn't look like a golden world from here.
Ionization levels are rising.
Stay on course to the landing zone.
Oxygen levels are below minimum.
Floating mountains, huh?
Is this the right planet? We had this all worked out.
Keep it tight, Shuttle 2.
The mountains are floating.
Some kind of technological structure down there.
What side?
That has to be advanced engineering.
Oh, I'm just asking what your thoughts are on Liam.
We've got evidence of an alien civilization.
Has anyone seen us?
What if they're not friendly?
We stick to contact protocol. No use of deadly force unless hostile intent is clear.
Or they're not handholds. Or better yet, like seatbelts.
Acceleration increasing.
No kidding!
Your jump jet is malfunctioning.
Get it working!
Approaching terminal velocity.
Sam!
Erica's opinion of Liam is spacing. Omni tools have developed. Very cool Omni tools. Love them. I love everything they did with Omni tools in this game. All the improvements they made.
This is Ryder. Come in. Hyperion, Sam, anyone there?
Save your breath, Ryder. Sam's offline. Comlink's trashed. I'm surprised we aren't too.
Did the others make it?
I don't know. It was all a blur. Shuttle split in two. This is like some nightmare.
Yeah. No way this is home.
Not yet.
Looks like we're gonna find
Very
some high
cool.
ground.
Very cool.
See if anyone else is alive. Come on.
Honestly, I'm a little bit sad and disappointed that you
Ryder,
never, like.
how's the survival
I'll say
training?
this. I'll say this from the start.
I've seen my share of troubles.
You never come
Nothing
back
crazy,
here.
but
You never actually land on
Crazy
Habitat
just
7.
found us. Those rocks out there are floating.
Yeah, I noticed.
Terra Incognita.
You never come back to Habitat 7. By the way.
Damaged in the crash. No good to us now.
Inactive.
Those structures we saw on the way in? Who could survive in a place like this?
Not sure we want to find out.
There's our comm device.
Multicellular fungal life form.
Oh, and safety tip. Don't breathe the air. Found that out the hard way.
Also, love the verticality. Jump jets. Oops. Let's do that. Let's just upgrade our 1 power that we have for now.
You think that energy cloud we saw could cause all this?
Sam said it's dark energy, but that's in space.
Yeah, hell of a cloud.
A cloud that makes boulders float.
What the hell is this?
Come on, we gotta get through it.
This is crazy!
Welcome to Habitat 7! Keep moving!
Ah! Damn it! Shit, that hurt!
Looks safer under there!
There we go.
Is this for real?
Yeah.
What the hell's going on with this place?
Planet's trying to murder us? Look, something flying around in the sky.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Here be dragons. Cora will love it.
Cool. Cool song.
There! We get up that cliff, we find high ground. Come on!
Not sure we want to be the tallest thing around here.
Yeah. I mean, the lightning is striking pretty low.
I think I can see a path up. We'll use the jump jets if we have to.
Into the breach!
Think I'd rather fall than...
More glowing mushroom. Detecting a lot of energy. Can't make heads or tails of it, but it's powerful.
Ooh, that's that tech. That's tech from that. I'll just say the remnant, which is the ancient technology stuff here, just sort of strewn about. Oh, I forgot. There's actually vaulting.
How'd my dad find you?
I was a cop. In crisis response.
Yeah?
Tell you over a beer sometime.
This is gonna be close!
Nah. It's fine.
That's it. We're getting there.
There we go.
I think I see the top.
Alright.
Mind making some room? Thanks. What the hell is that?
It's bad. Also, I kind of like the full glass helmets, but they also seem a little bit unsturdy. Hence the whole fixing a crack thing.
Don't know. But it's our job to figure it out.
Cool.
That sounds like your old man talking.
He was right. Something went wrong here. We have to find out what.
One thing at a time.
There's one thing.
It's Fisher.
Wait. Look.
Aliens. Those are the cat. They have a very bad, evil bad guy in musical theater.
Holy shit.
So I'm assuming this is going to be a firefight.
Again? No deadly force unless fired upon.
Yeah, said no one in the field ever. How do we handle it?
Take it easy. We only get one shot at hello with these guys.
Yeah, and Fisher gets shot in the head if we're wrong.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. We only go hard if we have to.
Don't think they've spotted us yet.
Shoot! I'm hurt! He sees us! We can't understand you. We're not here to fight. That man's with us.
Help me. Doesn't sound friendly. What's the other guy doing? Shit, they're beating him.
Weapon.
Wait, what's... Forget what is switch shoulders. No F for me. I'll figure it out.
Okay. It's over.
Fisher, you okay? So much for making peace with the locals. Thanks for jumping in.
I wish I didn't have to. The first aliens we meet and we try to kill each other, that wasn't the plan.
Then we need a new one. Yeah, at least we know it's what. The brochures were light on aliens who want to shoot your head off.
Well, you know.
We still don't even know what they wanted. The way they treated you? Blood samples, I'd say. Lots of them.
Who says we'd even understand? Or they'd understand us? It's a new galaxy. I guess it's too much to expect they'll play by Milky Way rules.
They broke the rules in any galaxy. But
Yeah.
why go after us like that?
That's fair.
Only thing I know for sure, their guns hit just as hard as ours. Where are the others? Gone. Kirkland and Greer went looking for help.
Come on.
Ah, my leg!
Can you move?
I think it's broken. You guys push ahead and look for the others.
You know, that's not good. Not in a situation like this.
Just find us a ride out of here. And take a few more of them out while you're at it.
I do think that, so,
Whoa.
point.
Take a look at these bodies. What are these things?
Ultra Terrans, sniper rifle. I think I have a bunch of these, so. Destructive. So they were acting aggressively, right? In terms of like they were pressing the attack first. Hold on, let me figure out what is.
I hope the other team's okay.
We'll find them.
Oh, okay.
But we might want to scout around first.
That's handy.
You're the recon specialist. Point the way.
Anyway, though, yeah, they
Well, I don't have Sam here, but I can try to make sense of it. They're DNA based,
attacking like this?
and their armor reads as some kind of bone. But the genetics are all over the map.
Ah, I guess life took a different turn here, huh?
Attacking like that is an act of aggression, and I think that you're justified in defending yourself, even if there is a misunderstanding like this. Also, I think that something like let's say non-aggression is enough of a universalizable principle that any rational being should be able to figure it out. And so it should not be just limited to a particular species, in other words. Let's see what that is. And so I think that Liam is right, that they broke the rules anywhere, so to speak, that this is, attacking and trying to kill an innocent and/or defenseless person like that is grounds for...
It's gear from one of our shuttles.
Grounds for retaliation. Perfectly justified.
Good. The atmospheric sensor is still working. Let me guess. It says don't breathe the air? Yeah, but no sign of industrial pollutants. That's not what killed this place. And no radioactive isotopes either. So nobody nukes the place. Hear that?
Please,
is that Kirkland?
I said it.
They shot him! They want to fight! We'll give it to them! I count one left to go! That's the last of them. I can't believe we're doing this. Did Kirkland make it?
Where is he? Looks like it.
No vital signs. Just shot him in cold blood.
He was trying to surrender. Why kill him?
Would we treat them any different if they showed up on Earth, armed to the teeth?
Maybe not.
Peace
yes.
isn't going to be an option here.
I think so, yes. If they showed up, disarmed themselves, went to
We'll come
surrender.
back for his body once we find the others.
Still, take a look at this architecture. This is really something.
Never seen anything like it.
300,
Looks to be at
400
least
years
3 or 4 centuries old.
The Arks left 600 years ago, right?
Yeah. Our long-range scans wouldn't have shown this. These structures, that tower, maybe none of it was here when we left the Milky Way.
I am going to be doing a ton of scanning, just because, again, first of all, it gives us world information, but then also it lets us, it gives us the little research points down there, research data points, which is what we use for upgrading and making schematics and stuff like that. Kind of cat technology.
Hey, look, flares going up over there. Could be our people. I'll mark the nav point.
Okay. Structure. Little beta aft section. Yeah, let's check that out then, shall we? Also, thing to note. There is no active saving until I think this whole mission is done.
There, watch out! What is this thing? I think it wants to eat us! Okay, it's dead. Whatever it was. It's organic. No sign of technology.
Wow, so the cloaking is biological?
Yeah, weird.
It looks to be, again, it looks like it shares a lot of resemblances with the cat that we've been fighting. Then again, of course it would, if they're native to the same planet or anything like that. I mean, compared to like, you know, compared to, I don't know, any of the aliens in Mass Effect, humans and dogs have a lot of similarities. Oh, look, they both have fur, isn't that cool? Doing that thing again.
It's the other half of our shuttle.
What a mess. I can't believe we survived this.
We're not off planet yet.
That.
Shit! Movement on our perimeter. It's an ambush! Oh hell, they got the jump on us!
Where? Oh jeez.
Careful, they got one of those animals! Watch for cloaking! Us for them, they forced this! Trying to surround us, keep an eye on your 6 o'clock! And our 2 o'clock! And our 8! Now who's dead, asshole?
There! We got them all! Oh, you're pretty good at this, Ryder.
Ooh, need those shields,
I fought
though.
off the occasional raider or two in my day. I used to guard a Mass Effect relay.
Oh wait, I have a rifle.
Maybe we should see if there's anything else useful here.
Yeah, probably. Like help.
Flight recorder here.
Oh, right there.
We experienced a catastrophic lightning hit.
What's your location? Damn. The Pathfinder. Mayday! Mayday! Ship in distress!
Sir, our engine's down. Prepare for an emergency landing.
Hey, maybe they made it.
There's hope.
I mean, sounds like they got to the ground. Here, no. I'm gonna take it. One thing worth noting about this game that always bugs me a little bit is that the movement controls are very floaty. Like when you run, you kind of oversteer.
Looks like it's a broken lightning rod.
Could explain why the building's damaged. Storms hammered the place.
Again, this technology doesn't look like remnants. It just looks like this castle. Alright, I'm gonna up my skill. I'm gonna get some new skills a little bit. I got throw. I kind of want to do the full throw combo. slow reloading. What's the light? Hold on. Let me actually look at my controls. Is there a light? Aid. That's a multiplayer. Scanner. Narrative interaction. No, there's no light. Ah, jeez. Okay, fine.
Dead one's here. Wonder what happened.
Severe burns.
No.
They were fried.
Lightning?
Yeah. It's nailing them, too.
Score 1 for the weather.
If they were native, you'd think they'd know better.
Well, let's hope no one's home.
Oh, automatic.
Doesn't look like a home at all.
Okay. The suit light. Got it. Alright, alright. Something interesting in here. They have normal-looking chairs and consoles and stuff. They're humanoid enough.
Yeah, no one's living here.
So what's it for?
Doesn't look like the other structures we've seen. Different design. Must be a way to get some lights on.
Act.
What's all this about?
Okay, function unknown. That doesn't help me. Function unknown. Function unknown.
It's a weird alien machine.
Huh, figures.
Only one way to find out.
You mean
Really?
turn it on?
Are you sure? We're gonna do this. Okay.
Same language as those aliens. Wonder what he's saying.
Kill all humans, probably?
Nothing.
Okay.
No power. Didn't do anything.
What are you doing, Ryder?
Turning the generator on, I think.
Oh shit.
That can't be good.
Oh.
Oh.
So the weird alien machine is a generator.
Yeah, sure. Why wouldn't it be?
Maybe it did something. Weird.
If that's poison, I know who to blame.
It'll be fine.
Whoa. Guess
Just
the
turn
circuit
everything on.
overloaded.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Even the equipment's out to get us.
Unknown.
Who knows? Let's call it a weird alien machine.
We sure could use Sam right about now.
But now at least we have power.
Hey, that door opened.
Some kind of research lab?
Maybe. Then it got hit by a tornado.
Lightning, more lightning.
Weird. You hear that? Looks like they were trying to tunnel in. Whatever this is, it scans as being old.
Old.
Centuries old.
Wish we had Sam.
Robotic.
I think it's older than this lab and the equipment.
So maybe these aliens found it deeper in, like an artifact.
Some serious energy on the other side of that door.
Maybe it's closed for a reason.
These guys were poking around where they shouldn't have.
There.
So now killer robots too?
The Geth back home would love this place.
Man, I want to know what the Geth would think about this place. Like, honestly, I want a Geth assessment of the Remnant.
It's fried. Could be a console of some sort. For that door?
Residue. Okay, okay. Well, they couldn't mess with it. They were incapable of activating the thing. Let's head back out. Wait.
Any
Is this
theories,
something?
recon specialist?
There's some kind of technology on this planet. Older. Underground.
Okay.
Not exactly poetry, is it? Weather's still crappy.
I see hostiles. There they are.
Heads up! They were waiting for us!
Damn!
Spotlight info up and running! Are these things stalking us?
Starting to feel like it!
This is not how I go out!
I don't think they're listening!
Shield stop. Ooh. There we go. Okay.
There.
I got to do the thing! I did the pull
Let's
throw
not wait around
combo.
for more.
Hurt bad, but... More of them, or is that it?
It's what it looks like to defend against lightning.
Can I activate? It's gotta be the power gen. No? That's not it. How do I turn it on? Maybe I don't. No. Let's see, where to now? Here, right? Yeah.
A path down on the right.
Cora, we read you. You're alive.
Shuttle repairs are underway, but we're surrounded.
They're not friendly. On our way. Nav point marked. That static's getting louder.
What do you want? I don't understand you. Thank God. I was tapping my mic, hoping someone would notice.
You okay?
Yeah. Where are the others?
They killed Kirkland, but Fisher's alive, back at the crash site.
He's got a broken leg. Needs help. I'll check around for supplies. Then head back.
We'll be in touch. Liam and I need to go help Cora.
Good luck. Can't wait to get off this rock.
Okay, just remembering all of the controls. Speaking of, I think I'm gonna grab another power. And I'm thinking about Backlash. Sure. There. That's a set of 3 powers. There we go. Try this bad boy out, see how it goes. See how we like Backlash. You need to find health at some point.
Way to break your neck.
Okay. Debris fields. Cave. Well, let's check this out, shall we?
Some sort of cave over there.
I love the some sort of talk.
Check that out. Now this looks more like the golden world my dad was expecting. Dead animal here, and some sort of trap. Pretty recent too.
You suppose those aliens set it?
Maybe.
If they did, they don't play nice with anyone.
Or maybe they're starving.
If it's anything like plants back in the Milky Way, there are signs of cellular mutation.
It's lasted this long. Guess that makes it the Alpha Tree, huh?
Yeah. But what happened to all its friends outside?
Guess they get fried. Lightning, you know? Alright, we've already gone that way, so we need to go back this way to meet up with Cora. They need help. So let's go. You know, exploration is very, very important. Let's not forget. The whole reason we're here. Is this the right? No, that's not the right way. It's gonna be the right way eventually, but it's not the right way yet.
Oh, great. That can't be good.
It's not. Company!
Looks like a whole patrol!
Don't want them to drag us off like grid.
Push them back!
Oh, I'm dead. Okay, well, I need to get better at this. Just resume. Back to where we left off. Let's try this again. Okay. No, we're not too far back. That's fine. So when I get down here, I just hit cover.
That can't be good. Looks like a whole patrol!
Don't want them to drag us off like grid.
Push them back!
Bye-bye. There we go. It's a big door here, but it's not showing up on the side. Ah, nice, William.
Got him!
Nice punch. Alright. I think...
Careful there.
Cora and company are this way. Really need some help, though. Mostly because I've been very, very sloppy.
Let's get... Cora! We've got your back!
They're trying to pin us down! Doing a good job of it, too!
Ryder, line them up! I'm on it!
Pick your targets!
Plenty of those! I got one!
What did we ever do to them?
Careful, they fight dirty!
Harry, you guys okay?
Not dead yet!
Since when do rocks float?
Just go with it!
Ammo. Good.
Well, that settled that.
Cavalry to the rescue.
All
Nice
right.
to see you guys. You too, Harry. How is everyone?
Still in one piece. You got here just in time.
Where's my dad?
He went scouting ahead while we fixed the shuttle. Ryder, there's weapons and ammo at the shuttle. Stock up.
Did these things try talking to you at all?
Barely a word. Then started shooting. What about you?
Charger. Compared to the Predator, is lower damage, higher rate of fire. Now just take it. I don't.
We
I'm not
tried
gonna
being
actually
nice.
take
They didn't play along.
it. Oh, more coming.
Ah, hell! Enemy ship on the way! Get to cover! Go, go! Here they come!
They got fools to try an airdrop.
I mean, what are we gonna do about it?
Don't let up!
Ha! Lightning's out their shuttle! Man, these guys know how to fight.
You admire them a little less, and shoot them a little more.
Damn shrapnel! Heads up! Another shuttle incoming! In this weather?
Guess we got their attention. Are those dogs?
I wish. They've got some weird cloaking ability.
You're shitting me!
Nope.
Round off!
I'm here! Still alive! Here!
Present!
I can't get a beat on those things!
Just keep firing! We can do this!
Damn, they won't let up!
Or a move. No, that's not good. Alright, there we go. Hey, easy.
Right. It's just these assholes.
Easy, Toddy. Easy, Toddy.
I hear you, but this isn't the time to lose our cool.
Now I feel better.
What about the
Dude.
others?
Fisher's wounded, but sitting tight. Greer's with him. There are shuttles in pieces.
I mean, he's a cop, I guess, so fine, whatever.
She's been hit! Take cover! Take cover!
Nice barrier.
I didn't know you were biotic.
Don't worry, it's not contagious.
Before they attacked, I managed to fix our comms.
You're a lifesaver. Now just take it easy.
Sam, are you there?
QEC link established. Affirmative, Scott. The Pathfinder needs to speak with you.
Good to see you in one piece. What's our status?
Liam and I are with Cora.
We have wounded crew.
Not
The
great.
good news is our shuttle's been repaired. We can get back to the Ark.
Not with these storms. It's too risky to fly.
Our wounded can't wait much longer. Do you have something in mind?
If the storm is the problem, then let's solve the problem.
We're talking about weather.
And I have an idea about that. Rendezvous at my coordinates will... Damn, they spotted me.
Sir? Sir! Can you two manage alone?
I can keep her stable. For a while.
Let's
That's gonna
move.
have to be good enough.
Sam,
Okay.
you have the Pathfinder's position.
Marking the nav point on your map.
Doesn't look far. Let's make this quick. We have to get there before the storm hits. No detours.
What was my dad scouting for?
He was trying to get readings on that tower.
Well, the nav point puts him near it.
Exercise caution. The storm front is already gaining intensity.
Nice to have you back, Sam. How about some good news next time? Sam's right. We don't have much time.
Look, the rods. They're drawing the lightning away.
If we hug that wall, they might keep us safe.
Dead bodies here. Lightning didn't do this.
Neither did we. This is more than we took out.
Incendiary rounds! We're close! The nav point shows my dad.
There he is. There we go. That was quick. Run the obstacle course, that's all.
Sir.
Stay low.
Shield.
Who are these guys?
Visitors, just like us. I don't think they're native to the planet.
They're not. We found an abandoned lab. Like they've been studying the place.
Good work. You actually did some scouting.
Wouldn't be much of a recon specialist if I didn't.
Well, you're off to a good start.
Baptism by fire.
Sir, you said you had an idea about the weather?
It's the dark energy cloud the Hyperion hit. It's affecting the whole planet. Interfering with that.
The tower is caught in a feedback loop with the cloud. Together they're disrupting the entire climate with undirected energy.
It would explain a cave we found. Plant life sheltered from the storm. From that tower.
It's a good bet. And I think if we can get in there and shut the tower down,
the lightning goes away.
And the shuttle can get us out of here, in theory. We just have to get past them.
It's a hell of a gamble. But we won't know until we get in there and try.
No illusions about this. It'll be a nasty fight the whole way.
If Scott's game, so am I. But we risk turning a skirmish with these guys into something worse.
It's them or us.
Oh, it's them. Problem is, we're outnumbered.
I've been working on that. We just need to change the math.
I love it when he does this. By he, I mean any badass superhero character. Whose superpower is being overprepared and also having superpowers.
Works for me.
Man. I gotta say, Alec is
Let's go! Right behind you!
an unbelievable, unstoppable badass.
Sam, load combat profile.
Stuff. Junk. Vendor trash. Love it. Destruct.
Sam, biotic amp interface mode.
Oops.
Have to keep an eye on our flank.
Not if we keep moving forward. Don't let him catch us. Keep up.
I tried.
How's the dad doing all of this? He's like a machine.
No idea, but it's working.
Ready?
Hey, dear,
Let's get inside there. That's it. We're doing it. Not much farther.
Where are we going?
All the way to the top.
And then what?
We'll know when we get there.
Giving shield assist. Oh, that hurt.
Almost fried me.
Don't stop. If we fall behind, we're dead. Dead.
Shit, they're crack shots. Sam, give me engineer profile. On me!
Sir, where are you getting these profiles?
Little help from Sam.
What does that mean?
Just focus on the fight.
The storm's getting worse.
We'll lose our chance if we don't beat it. Come on!
Bastard almost got me. Give it right back to him.
Let's go.
Watch that crossfire from above.
Dad. dead? You okay?
The storm just took one of them out! Hell yeah! Lightning's finally on our side.
Until it's not.
This looks like a control center. Keep him off my back.
You heard him.
We made it! In one piece!
Not over yet. I need to get through that door over there.
Okay. Dad. Oh no. He's
What now?
I need to decipher the language.
Maybe I need to just go over here and cutscene will happen or something. Well, here he is. Here he is.
What's the plan here? They'll surround us in no time.
We need to defend both sides or they'll flank us.
Where do you want us?
Right. Positioning.
Got it! Watch it! Think I see movement!
We held them off at the shuttle. We can do it again.
A lot of people still counting on us.
I'm just getting warmed up.
They mean business. Keep them off your dad.
Analyzing possible inputs. 25% decrypted.
Hurry. We don't have long.
Hold both sides. Can't let them slip through.
What is this place anyway?
I don't know, but they sure want it back.
Well?
50% decrypted. It's an unusually complicated syntax.
I can see that. Try a recursive search.
I will need a moment to evaluate the pattern.
We only have a moment. Do it.
I think I really pissed that one off. Maybe because I shot him in the face.
Oh, Liam.
Sir, any progress?
Decryption is 75% complete.
We've almost got it.
Just a little longer. They're falling back.
Could be regrouping for another push. Stay sharp.
Decryption complete.
That did it. It's a security override. I'll try to open the door from here. Ah, damn, it's jammed.
I
need
really
to
hope
take a look at
this doesn't continue in the cutscene, because that would be absolutely ridiculous. Come on, please stand back up for the cutscene.
Put your back into it.
Oh, good.
You really think we can shut this thing down?
I don't know yet. Sam's decoded part of the language. Now we'll see if I can have a conversation.
Who do you plan on talking to?
More like what? I think it's automated.
I mean, if anybody
Come
can talk
on.
to it, Sam can then.
These are the moments that make it all worthwhile. Sam, begin translating.
A moment. Indexing. Translation complete.
Let's see what we have.
That didn't turn me off.
I'll be damned. It's working. You did it.
There's hope at least.
This is more than hope. It's proof we weren't crazy. We can fly to a whole new galaxy and still make sense of things.
Sam had a little something to do with it.
It was simply a matter of linguistics, though I am pleased to have it.
Yeah, that'll shatter your faceplate. Jeez.
Repeat, we need an emergency extraction now.
They're spinning up the shuttle. ETA is 3, maybe 4 minutes.
We don't have that long.
What are you...
Initiating transfer. Ryder's implant is overloading. I suggest a hardwire connection.
Do it!
There!
Welcome back, Scott.
What happened?
You were clinically dead for 22 seconds.
Alright. I'm gonna be right back. I think this is a great little cliffhanger. Give me 5 minutes. We'll be right back. And poof! Hello. There we go. I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's continue this conversation, and eventually I will talk about the D&D OGL, like Phoenix asked for an hour ago or more. It's getting late enough that I can ramble about something game unrelated. Everyone else.
Did the rest of the team make it? Hey, you're still with us.
Guys, get to Sam Node. Ryder's awake.
Who are you talking to? Sam.
I didn't hear him.
You're up. Look here. And here.
My father. Where?
It was your life or his, and he chose you. I'm sorry, Scott. I know this must be a blow.
It's really interesting that you can just go the route of, like, your dad was basically a stranger, obsessed with his work, that sort of thing. But still, I like the idea of Scott admiring his father, even if he wasn't there.
He made the ultimate sacrifice. He got the team out of danger. We all owe him for that.
He once said that when his time came, he wanted to go out among stars no one had seen before.
Good.
What are we doing in Sam Node?
Sam is now part of you, in a way we don't entirely understand. It played havoc with your brain.
Sam?
Your father authorized the transfer of Pathfinder authority to you.
Shouldn't that be Cora?
In theory. In reality, you're the new Pathfinder, Scott.
Whoa. Well, if that's how it has to be.
Don't sell yourself short. I think you can do it.
Cora?
It's what he wanted. I won't stand in the way. But being Pathfinder is a serious job. You sure you're ready for this?
A lot of people here are counting on me. I'll get it done.
It's all academic anyway. Sam's linked to your mind on a deeper level now. Trying to untangle it could kill you.
I know this is tough, but we need to start thinking about the next step. A lot of people are counting on us.
Is the Ark still drifting?
That's the thing. Whatever your dad did with that tower, it saved the day. Some sort of atmosphere scrubber.
The energy cloud thinned out. We're on our way to the rally point now. Should be at the Nexus soon.
He needs to rest first.
He's got 2 hours. We'll need our Pathfinder for this.
Yeah.
Oh, I checked on your sister. Still no change. But if you can pull through, so can she. A bit of your dad in both of you.
Your father will be missed.
What's going on, Sam?
This is our private channel. I shared it with him.
He never mentioned anything about that.
It allowed me to know him better. Alec wouldn't want us to lose sight of the goal. He said pain emboldens our resolve. He'd insist we grow stronger from his passing.
Now the cats show up to try and follow up on what happened. Forget. This guy's the Archon, I think his name is. Or his title. Halo guy. His face is so cutesy for trying to be so intimidating. Like, he got like a little mandrill face. And it's almost cute. But the main villain of this game, at least, I assume he wasn't going to be for the whole series.
Ryder, good to see you on your feet.
But
we're at the Nexus.
He's a little too cute.
It's the forward hub for the entire Andromeda initiative. The Asari, Solarian, and Turian arcs should be there too.
Let's hope they've had better luck.
Starting our approach now.
It's almost as big as the Citadel back home.
Nexus Control, this is Arc Hyperion requesting docking clearance. Captain, I'm only getting their automated approach channel, not a live person.
Well, like it or not, we're here. Take us in.
Construction should have been finished by now.
Could be worse.
How? Habitat 7's a bust. We might have started a war with the first aliens we met, and our Pathfinder's dead. This better be rock bottom.
Green across the board. Docking initiated.
Yeah, that station is pretty huge, gotta say.
All right. I got us here. Good luck, Pathfinder.
You gonna be okay, Ryder?
The captain just called me Pathfinder. This is really happening.
I mean,
take a deep breath.
I still can't believe Dad's dead. This should have been his moment.
But now it's yours. You just need to decide what you're gonna do with it.
Where do I start? I'm just not sure I'm ready.
We weren't ready to fall out of the sky on Habitat 7, but we survived that.
Right. So, always keep a jump jet handy.
Captain wants to see a full-duty roster.
I just updated the charts.
She'll want to see
All stasis personnel report to
non-essential personnel.
Yeah, it is a big station, especially for 100,000 colonists.
This is what we've been waiting for. Let your teams know the dock.
I mean, I assume that the plan was to immediately begin, let's say, expanding that population. But there are certain other things that we find out eventually that may contradict that. Supply chain issues, most notably.
It'll be nice to see some friendly faces this time.
The Nexus runs a support crew, just enough to finish building the station and provide safe harbor for the arcs.
Means we can start waking our people up.
They built a bar, right? Gotta have champagne for the welcome party.
You're expecting one?
After what we've been through, I could use a buzz.
We all could.
Yeah. Rough ride so far.
We'll bounce back. Real food and a shower are just ahead.
Well, fingers crossed.
Here we are.
Why not?
I don't see any champagne.
Where is everybody?
Computer terminals. Next computer terminal.
Well, this can't be right.
It's like everything's on standby.
If it's a surprise party, they're doing an awfully good job of it.
We could see what the VI has to say.
Plants are still alive.
More terrarium, more
It's like
hydroponics.
they didn't finish building it.
Sensors.
Hello?
Shop terminal. A cyclone. I don't actually need it.
This place should be packed with people.
Virtual intelligence kiosk. Avena, basically. Yes, not basically, literally.
Welcome to the Nexus, gateway to Andromeda. I'm Avina, a virtual intelligence designed to assist you with immigration.
Can you tell us where the welcome party is hiding?
I'm sorry. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations. Please select from the following pre-programmed responses.
Current year?
What year is it?
The current year is 2819. After spending over 600 years in stasis, it's normal to feel disoriented or confused upon arrival. Our helpful medical staff can assist with any physical or psychological after effects you may be experiencing.
Well,
Okay.
she's got the date right, at least.
So where is everyone? What is the Nexus?
The Nexus serves as the central hub for the Andromeda Initiative's colonization efforts. It is the first destination for all colonists upon their arrival in the new galaxy. Please enjoy the many venues the Nexus has to offer. As the station expands, it will one day serve as the seat of government for Milky Way colonists. Providing a safe, stable, and prosperous environment is our primary goal.
Not from the looks of it.
Okay. Again, this is actually quite interesting that something to talk about going forward is that the Andromeda Initiative is an entirely private organization, and the seat of government is basically treated as something like feudalist. It's basically space feudalism that we're going to see moving forward. Again, purely out of necessity, because of course it would be. It's not one of those weirdly dystopian corporate governance board kind of things. I mean, there is a governing board, but their power is unbelievably limited, especially by most sci-fi standards. So that's actually really cool. I like the. We're gonna have a lot to talk about in terms of government structures and whatnot.
What can you tell me about the Andromeda Galaxy?
Here in Andromeda, you are over 2 million light years away from the Milky Way galaxy. This is the furthest any life form has ever traveled outside our home system, making you a brave pioneer indeed. The Nexus itself is located in a region known as the Helios Cluster. Here, you and thousands of your fellow colonists will fulfill your dreams of settling a new home. Fortune awaits.
Still think it should have been more than 100,000 of 5-member species. Like 20,000 is enough to sustain a population, but it's pushing it.
How does the immigration process work?
We ask that you submit to a brief medical exam to ensure your health and well-being after making such a long journey. Once you've been cleared, our colonization experts will assist you in finding your new home. Please be mindful of the queue. Thousands of eager colonists like you are waiting to begin their new life in Andromeda.
Where? Place is deserted.
Where do colonists live?
Once you've cleared immigration, our helpful staff will assist you in choosing the home world of your dreams. Will it be the tropical paradise of Habitat 7? The gentle rolling hills of Habitat 3? Or perhaps the mysterious twilight world of Habitat 5?
That one's accurate.
Whichever you choose, rest assured our Pathfinders have carefully vetted all colony worlds to ensure your security and prosperity.
Oh boy.
Well, that's
Habitat
me, so.
7. That's where we landed. She's way out of date.
That's all.
It has been my pleasure. Please see one of our helpful immigration staff for further assistance. And welcome to your new home.
Where can I find one of those?
Where the brightest star is you. Current wait time for immigration processing is unknown error.
Right. That was helpful.
Okay, then. So, it has been requested that I give some of my thoughts on D&D's OGL, all that whole controversy. In general, what I've said before is that D&D has, or the companies that have owned D&D have made exactly the same mistake twice already, and both times it nearly ended Dungeons and Dragons. The first time is what bankrupted TSR back in the 90s. With second edition, they started cracking down really hard on third-party content and all that. And of course, what happened was a bunch of other game companies came up. White Wolf, Chaosium, I think Chaosium, that competed and outcompeted D&D. And then TSR went broke, went bankrupt, sold to Wizards of the Coast, who initiated what has since come to be known as the Open Gaming License, basically allowing third-party publishers to make D&D stuff with 3rd edition, and then 3.5, and then 5th edition. Of course, what this means, you'll notice, is that I skipped a number there. 4th edition, it was the other huge critical error where they skipped out on the OGL, and they made a game. They made it more restrictive license. That basically made it so it cut out for third-party publishers unless they paid big royalties and went along with Wizards of the Coast specific requests and demands and all that. So basically, that's a large part of why 4th edition tanked and why Paizo took off with Pathfinder. So basically, this, like I said, this has happened twice before, and both of the previous times this has happened, it's been an absolute disaster. Rescinding the old OGL, the OGL 1.0 or 1.0, or 1.0A, I think it is probably illegal. They probably can't do that based on the wording of the original OGL. At least they probably can't rescind it for 5th edition content. Now, they can just not put out an SRD, a system reference document, for one D&D, which is probably likely. I don't think they're going to do that anyway. Even if they, whether they put out a new OGL or keep the old one or whatever, they're probably not going to put out a full system reference document for one D&D. They're going to have it entirely digital, entirely proprietary. And I don't think that's going to change. The difference is whether they're going to keep 5th edition as it is, under the OGL. If they keep it under the OGL, then great, nothing changes, and nobody plays 1D&D, and 5th edition still has fun, and everyone's still having a great time. The other thing that has come up is a bunch of other gaming companies, led by Paizo, who come up with what they're calling the ORC, the Open RPG something contract. Basically, it's trying to be a new OGL, but for other systems. In trust, and it's kept with a non-profit third party, yada yada yada. It isn't out yet, so we don't know exactly. But it seems to me like this is also not quite ideal, because it's almost definitely, based on what everybody seems to be speculating, everybody seems to be saying, and what Paizo refuses to deny, it's probably going to have one of those, like, unless your content is offensive qualities, or clauses. And so even this orc thing is probably going to be incredibly, like, wokeist and restrictive. That sort of thing. Well, even that is not a great improvement. But it's something. We'll see. I don't exactly know how, what the changes exactly are going to be to the RPG space. I do know that there's basically nothing that they can do to stop players from just playing D&D how they always have. The big change is going to be things like virtual tabletop platforms. It's going to be a problem for Foundry, for example, at least for updates. But again, Foundry is completely hosted by the software holder, me in the case of STM, and so I can just keep playing with the same rule set and with the same programs, and I don't need to update it at all if I don't want to. I can just keep playing D&D 5th edition for literally forever, and there's nothing they can do to stop me. So there's that. And then the other big problem is going to be third-party publishers. They're either going to have to, if they're going to keep putting out content, they're going to have to be much more vague and not use the system reference document. The D&D system reference document. Which is fine, is probably doable. People are probably going to figure out a way around this anyway. It's just...
Maybe he's got champagne.
You know, Liam, there are more important things right now. Calm down.
Let's talk to that worker.
Okay, just give me a sec. But I do think, like I said, that this is going to be one of those things that is going to wreck the D&D space, and there's almost nothing they can do to fix it at this point, other than, I don't know. I don't think there's anything that Wizards can do to fix it at this point. I mean, they can go back on it and mitigate some of the damage. They can kind of win a little bit of support back, but it's still not going to be. It's not going to be ideal. They're going to take a huge hit, and honestly, they were going to take a huge hit with 1D&D anyway. And I honestly think that this whole thing was a counterproductive attempt to head off the Pathfinder problem, because when the last time Wizards came out with a new edition with a lot of changes they wanted to implement but players didn't like, 4th edition, they tried this, it failed spectacularly, and the edition tanked, and everyone kept playing the old edition and switched to other publishers. And they wanted not to let that happen. And so they were trying very hard to push people from 5th edition into 1D&D, and this was one of the ways that they were doing it, or trying to do it, and it's going to backfire. It's absolutely going to backfire. 1D&D is... it'll still exist, it'll still happen, but it's going to be a dud. And there's probably going to be a genuine 6th edition or something like it at some point relatively soon, probably within a few years. 1D&D is going to tank, and this is representative of the mentality of one, which
we're
is
from
causing
Hyperion,
it
and wondering where everybody went.
Did he hear you?
Did you say an Ark? Yeah, we just got in.
And for what it's worth, your VI over there could use an update.
But we thought you were all dead.
What?
Or captured, or lost in dark space, or... But you're here. You have no idea how much this means.
That line delivery was atrocious.
I don't believe it. I'm Tyrion Kandros. I lead our militia on the Nexus.
Hey, I met your sister in the last game.
I'm Scott Ryder. This is Cora Harper and Liam Costa, part of the Pathfinder team.
I'm sorry for the confusion. Our sensors told us an Ark had arrived, but Helios is notorious for scrambling equipment. We thought you were just another malfunction.
But aren't you expecting us?
You're the first Ark we've seen. After a year of waiting and no sign of the others, we shuttered this area and stopped looking.
You've been stranded for a whole year?
Longer. I'll fill you in on the way to Op Center. Everything that could go wrong with our plan has. We arrived 14 months ago. Right away, we hit a band of dark energy that knocked us off course.
We're familiar with it.
Then you'll know why we call it the Scourge. We lost whole sections of the station. A lot of people died. No power, no food. The chaos went on for months. It finally led to armed rebellion. When order was restored, the insurgents were banished. Exiles, we call them.
Are things back to normal?
That's not good.
Not even close.
With 20,000 people, that's
but
really
you're
bad.
here now, so maybe the worst is over.
With 20,000 people in a mixed race group, that's
no
even
word from the
worse.
other Pathfinders?
No word from anyone, period.
Any threats from the locals?
So far, we've stayed hidden. We're in no shape to deal with an attack.
We had a first contact situation on
exiles have
Habitat
dealt
7.
with them.
Whole thing went south. They tried to kill us.
That wasn't first contact. We know about them. Those aliens are going to be a real problem.
This day just keeps getting better.
We're here.
You guys go ahead. I'll check out the security situation.
You should know our command structure has been fractured. Some of us are filling in for leaders who died.
Is it true?
They said drop everything and report for duty.
And no one was expecting an Ark to finally show up.
Docking procedures are green across the board.
Stand by to merge Hyperion power into the grid.
The crew of the Hyperion.
Good luck.
Thanks.
I'm Jaren Tan, director of the initiative. You have no idea how much your arrival means to us.
First of all, you are the tallest Solarian I have ever seen. Second of all, I was expecting Jin Garson, but okay, hi.
We've heard about what happened, and we're ready to help.
We could use any supplies you have. Food, water, we're short on everything.
This is Foster Addison. She oversees colonial affairs. Where's the Pathfinder?
You're looking at him.
You're not Alec Ryder.
My father's dead. He made me his successor.
Alec is dead.
This is My Face is Tired Lady, by the way.
Please
See, they fixed it.
understand. The entire initiative is at risk. None of the
really done a
Golden
lot to
Worlds
fix it.
panned out. They're a bust. And there's been no word from the other arcs.
What happened to them?
Unknown. Our supplies are nearly depleted. Rationing bought us some time, but even that's running out.
We need to find more resources. But that takes people. And we can't wake them up.
Until they have somewhere to live. A golden world.
Now more than ever, we need a Pathfinder.
It now falls to you, Ryder. Are you up to the task?
My father believed I am. If you trusted him with a job, you'll have to trust his judgment.
Your father won't be around to fix things if you fail.
That's no way to treat a guest.
Rogan lady.
I'm Nak Morkesh, superintendent of this station. Hope they haven't scared you off already.
It's nothing personal, but now isn't the time for on-the-job training.
At least the Pathfinder here seems willing to try. We could use a fresh perspective.
You've heard my concerns. I'll leave you to it.
We're all feeling the pressure. Let's have a private word in my office, Ryder. We'll discuss giving you a scout ship. I'm happy to work out the details with your associate.
Welcome to the Nexus.
Thank you for standing up for me there.
Hope's in short supply here. What little we can find should have a chance
Ma'am,
to
the
bloom.
Hyperion's core is now online.
Let me show you something.
Okay.
An hour ago, that was all dark. But with the power from your ship, you're keeping the lights on. You have my vote.
And when the power runs out?
You'd best go talk to Director Tan. Make sure that doesn't happen. And don't be shy. Come see me when you have a chance.
Well, it is nowhere near finished. But man, look at that up there. That's built up.
I'll just organize this as it comes in and send it your way. You know what the priority
Not less so. Are we in the middle? We're not in the middle. We're partway down. We're a good way down, actually. Okay, so first of all, there's a lot of female Turians around. That was a very rare sight in the trilogy, if you recall. Very rare sight.
You and I are going to be very good friends.
There were none, incidentally. There were 0 female Turians until DLC in the third game.
It's good to have you here. What we wanted, but what choice do we have?
Excellent.
How
Let's
the
go
hell
over the
should I
document checklist, shall we?
Spender, you have a job. If you want to keep it, do it. God.
Okay.
All right, what happened?
To who?
To whom? And your goddamn father. Sorry,
Excuse me?
my face is tired from dealing with everything. And
That was the line,
right
but they
now,
fixed
I
it.
just want to know what happened with Alec.
They more or less fixed the facial animations. I've said this before, that the facial animations in this game are not nearly as bad as they are lampooned for being. At least now. They've since patched it since the initial release, significantly improving almost all of the facial animations. The bigger problem that I've talked about before is not the facial animations, but the body language animations. That you'll notice how I'm talking. I'm talking like a normal human, and I'm moving myself around. I'm moving my body, and I'm moving my hands. No one does that in ordinary conversations in Mass Effect Andromeda. Everyone speaks with their their head up and their shoulders back and their hands down by their sides, and they are speaking with occasional movements of the head while they're talking to each other with significantly animated facial animations. It's unnatural and it's weird, and that's, I think, what was tripping people up. That's, I think, what made it look uncanny, not just the face. We are corporeal beings. We're not just this part of us. We're whole bodies. And see, that's also why it's a little bit weird just seeing just my face and shoulders in this upper corner, and why our Zoom life of the last few years is especially odd and especially societally disconnecting as well. Because we don't have full body language to converse with each other, because we use we use our entire bodies to communicate, and we do so very effectively because that's how our entire method of communication has evolved, and not our linguistics exactly, but certainly our social connections are largely conveyed through body language and such, which is cut off, and that gets cut off, things get weird and uncanny, which is, I think, largely what happened with this game. And, as far as animations go at least. Anyway.
In the moment, it saved my life. But it seems my father meant for me to get the role eventually.
It isn't hereditary. If we wanted an inbred monarchy, we could have left half our gene stock back home. Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right. After 14 months of failed colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
I mean, you didn't actually take much gene stock. I mean, there's 20,000 of you here on the Nexus. And that's divided among 5 races. And those 5 races, so let's say 10,000 each. That also includes a bunch of exiles who left, a bunch of people who died. So that's a population of way less than 10,000 per species on the Nexus. That's really, really pushing it in terms of... Oh, I'm sorry, no, it's 20,000 total, isn't it? So that means 4,000 people per species. And a bunch of those were exiled. And a bunch of them died. Yeah, that's not sustainable. That is not sustainable.
You called my father Alec. No one does that.
A lot of us joined the initiative because of his vision. What he shared of it, anyway.
Were you friends? Or...
I'm not your new mother, if that's what you're asking. Or his friend.
Not what I'm asking.
He hated that I didn't use his title. But no one's a pathfinder until they've path-found something. Much like a colonial director without colonies.
Okay, so what about those? Or what about that position?
How do you fit into the Nexus leadership?
I oversee the actual settlement effort. As the number of outposts is currently less than ideal, my influence is limited. As Tan is quick to remind me.
0 is less than ideal.
Left a perfectly adequate career as a chief officer. Provincial capital, too. Only a new galaxy could pull me away. And here we are, idling.
You've had no colony successes in over a year. How many tries is that?
Less than you'd think. The Scourge, spoiled worlds, exiles, hostiles. We can't just plop down an outpost and expect picket fences. We need the Pathfinder and Sam to scout, evaluate, and inspire. The initiative promised a goal. Andromeda has not cooperated.
And if it had?
Beautiful utopian horseshit. Colonies that produce and support each other. The Nexus as Citadel. Not headed by Tan. Or even me.
Okay. Well, I don't really like Tan so far either, so...
There's also the strange technology. Has anyone studied that?
We've tried. Not me. The brains in research. They're supposed to know their business. The current excuse? The tech we dug up on Mars was more advanced, but it was plug and go. The tech here thinks different? I don't know. We've mostly avoided it. And from what the Hyperion logs say about Alec, maybe that's good.
Yeah. Fair point.
There must be some kind of plan for encountering hostile aliens. We can't have been that naive.
We expected life, not an enemy that refuses to talk. They don't attack, they disinfect. We're nothing until we're bacteria. Sorry, 14 months and you stoop to poetry. That's how bad it is. Not sure who started it, but we're calling them Ket. Kandros will know more. Maybe too much.
You don't trust him?
I trust him to defend us. I do not trust a rising military influence in a supposedly civilian initiative. We came here to make history, Ryder, not repeat it. Ugh, goddamn poetry.
So they came in unarmed they came in a bunch of very large, very slow, very lumbering, unarmed ships. The only other ships being, as far as I know, being shuttles. Unarmed shuttles, funny enough. And the unarmed scout ship that was going to be for the Pathfinder is that is the Tempest that we're going to be getting later on. Probably next time. Yeah. This was cripplingly naive. Come with no armed warships whatsoever, or even defensive systems on your big ships. It seems awfully silly to me.
Excuse me, Director Addison.
Ryder?
It's Pathfinder.
Ryder, we're starving here. If we don't get a foundation of outposts to feed the initiative, we might as well be 600 years dead. Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out. That's what you're up against. Why people won't trust you. Why I don't trust you. Prove me wrong.
Okay, I hope to. Alright, let's see. It's cash. Yeah, I think I have to wonder. Hi, security guy. I have to wonder if the whole completely unarmed initiative thing was going to be explored more in one of the DLCs or something, because, like I said, that seems implausibly naive. That seems implausibly naive. Like, it seems like straight up foolish to not have some kind of defensive systems on any of the initiative, anything with the initiative. To have just small personal arms and that's it seems absurd to me. What's that? Is that a ding ding? Is that a thing to scan? No, it's just a red light. Deconstruct.
Fine. I don't care.
Cash.
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
What's that?
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
Okay.
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Jean Garson, was killed.
What happened to Jean Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
And I thought the Hyperion had it bad when we arrived. Anything else?
The outposts aren't happening because we don't have resources or people, so Addison's more uptight than ever. And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged on arrival. But that's a detail, according to some. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
You haven't spoken to number 8 yet, have you?
Number 8?
Tan. Ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place.
That's gonna wind up being relevant.
But I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
Why do you call Tan 8?
Because he was 8th in line to take over the Andromeda initiative. I
There's a
like
lot
to
of people
remind
dead.
him of that now and then. Keep him humble.
I mean, that's good, but, like, ouch. Also, that's a lot of people dead in in important positions, presumably very important positions, I would think. Like, essential kind of important positions.
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with the genophage.
Right. The genophage. A little gift to our people from the Solarians thousands of years ago.
We're like from the
That
Turians, but we don't know
sterility
that.
virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show a mutation against the virus. A natural defense. During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had.
It's
Beyond
still
all the
atrociously
statistics,
horrible,
it means
but-
more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
That's still atrociously horrible and genocidal, but again, there's more about this later in different parts of the game, so I'm sure we'll be talking about the genophage again as well. But man, that was quite the dilemma in the last one, and again, and it was a lot of the defenses for it were, oh, well, it was either genophage or genocide, and well, it is genocide, even by like unethical UN standards. It is the systematic population reduction of a people. But further than that, it is the murder of 999 out of 1,000 Krogan who die before being born. They still die. It's not like they only conceive at a much lower rate. No, they have stillbirths. They have thousands of stillbirths, which is horrifying. One hell of a bioweapon.
No wonder your people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to conquer the galaxy. The Solarians were forced to respond. And it's not fair to blame it all on them either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
Yeah, it's funny,
Nothing more for now.
We found
Good
out
luck out there.
in the Citadel DLC in Mass Effect 3 that the
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now.
that's Colonel aren't we supposed to talk to Candace? Here we go. Candace. We are it's interesting that we found out that the Solarians did not want to deploy the genophage. They basically saw it as a deterrent. Whereas it was the Turians who actually pulled the trigger on it, and did so against the wishes of the Solarian government who were present there. I mean, to be fair, creating a weapon like that is on its own morally heinous. Because to create a weapon that specifically targets children is horrific. And that there is absolutely nothing. There's nothing about that is.
But the planet was toxic. What if they store oxygen in
What's it
porous
called?
tissue, like Quiro's rockfish?
I still reckon they had breather gear stowed in that armor.
There's no
Life is infinitely adaptable.
there's no moral
as our
offset
expedition
for that.
proves.
It's wrong entirely, and it's wrong deeply. So, yeah, it's.
You must be
even
the
just to create
Pathfinder.
such a thing.
Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick, my colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
What fields do you study?
Eric's into life sciences. I do planetary geology, oceanography, rocks and runoff. Aradana's a space and math whiz.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
Pathfinder, we've had some trouble.
Anything I can help with?
Perhaps.
Side
I
quest.
discharged an away team to get readings from a section of the Scourge that was behaving anomalously. They haven't reported in for some time, and sensors can't locate their shuttle. I sent them out there. Good, dedicated people. I fear what might have happened to them.
Your work is important. Don't lose sight of that. When I'm out there, I'll see if I can find them.
Their friends and family will want to know what's happened, and I need to know.
Okay. That's actually another thing that another criticism of this game that I think is absolutely correct. Something horrible happened to the Asari. Like, first of all of the Asari, their facial features are identical, unlike the trilogy, and also those facial features look like they were stung by bees.
Pathfinder,
It doesn't look
those
good.
bioscans are superb. Could you gather more for our comparative conservation effort?
What conservation effort?
Ah, my thesis is on the console there. Broad strokes, we're comparing and preserving organisms from both galaxies. If you donate more bioscans and samples to the catalog, I can get you a finder's fee. Tempted?
Sure.
Hi, Pathfinder. Want to hit some rocks for science?
Absolutely. What do you need?
Sam and I used your scans and made a VI for geophysics surveys. Beta builds on the console there. Test it out in the field, and I'll wrangle you a consultant's bonus from Director Addison. How's that sound?
Cool. Why is it sparking? Okay. All right, cool. Got both of those. I don't like that their their computer console is sparking. That seems bad. In fact, that seems really bad.
Notice the handoff there.
What's up, Liam?
Pathfinder, no time for our beer yet. This place is a mess. Security is, let's call it strained.
I can believe it. The Nexus is running on empty.
Not just that. A lot of the exiles were security. Everyone was trained and armed for Frontier. We know Cat are dangerous, and now we have to worry about our people too. No idea where they went, but they left mad.
So this is God. This is another one of those weird things about this. Like everyone is trained and armed for a frontier, and yet we bring no warships. We have an excess of personal arms, but a complete dearth of starship weapons, which seems just so backwards for a setting like this. But all right.
They were frustrated. If they just wanted to kill, they could have fought to the last here.
Apparently we're the big hope for everyone. Not the Hyperion showing. Just us. I'm with you. It's just a lot.
As long as the Nexus is here, as long as we're here, we have a job to do.
Double down crisis mode. I can do that. We can do that. Ready and willing, Pathfinder.
Okay, let's go. Hey, look, another side. All right, well, let's pick up this side quest. We'll talk to Kandros, and then we'll start next time talking to Tam. How about that?
It's not right. It's not fair.
What's wrong?
Oh my, So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last. Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political. My husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
What exactly was he convicted of?
They don't exile you for petty theft. Well, maybe this bunch would. They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend.
I don't know about that.
He wouldn't have. There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At worst, it was an accident. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit. Please.
Saw him. So we're
Tell
on the other side.
Milken I love him.
We'll do that. What's this? Real quick. Test report. No longer gaining a foothold in any sector. With morale this low, we need to scale down expectations again. Oof, that's rough. Alright, Kandros, what's up?
I know that look. The others bent your ear, did they?
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate that Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket?
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
I mean, studying new strange aliens. Kind of thing that we might do.
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to warn the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know. Then my sister became a sculptor and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
Gotta like that. Again, he's a weird social outcast in a weird position that he placed himself in, entirely placed himself in. Yeah, I dig it, I dig it.
It's rough out there. I might need backup, if you can spare the people.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered. In fact, I could give you authority to dispatch them. It'll cut down their response time.
Thank you.
Our current ops are on the
This
terminal.
is a...
See if there's anything that could
I
use
think
a
this is
shot
the
where it
multiplayer thing?
counts.
Oh, it's a multiplayer and a, like, sort of passive income stream sort of thing.
Are the other Turians managing
Minigame,
okay?
basically.
So. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia.
Very Romanesque.
We like to earn our
And,
citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's
very
hard to focus
Romanesque
with
and they're
our
very
arc missing.
collectivist.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
See
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Alright. All we have left is, well, first of all, strike team missions, but I might do some of those off stream, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, we're out of time. It's midnight, so thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I hope that this turns out to be a as fun a series as the Mass Effect Trilogy was, and hopefully we have a lot to talk about here. I think we will. We already have been. There's already they drop a lot on you right away, and so I didn't even get to talk about non-game related stuff for like 2 hours. So hopefully again next week we will be picking up right here more or less, and Thursday we'll be coming back to Kingdom Come Deliverance. We'll be continuing the main plot there. Actually, we might do some DLC quests Thursday. We'll see. I'll decide between now and then. Either way, also, I'm in the middle of editing, so expect another video to come out this week. I was convinced to do a response video to another philosopher watching and commenting on a particularly bad film. So this should be, I don't know. I enjoyed recording it. Hopefully you guys enjoy watching it once it comes out this week. So Expect that in the next few days, certainly before Thursday. And then expect to see me right here on Thursday for Kingdom Come Deliverance, and once again on Monday for more Mass Effect Andromeda. So, thank you all one more time for joining me. I am absolutely looking forward to finishing this game, to playing this through once again with all of you. And I will see you next time. So, with that, remember, don't be safe, be well, and more importantly, be good. Good night.